Well, hello. I've got another Sudoku here today that looks kind of interesting. This is called Kropki XV. It's by Abed Hawila. I found it on Logic Masters Germany, as I often find these puzzles. And it's got 97% rating with 3 stars for difficulty. And it looks like it'll be pretty interesting. I've actually made a puzzle kind of sort of it's the same idea. So this is a Kropki XV, but there's no X's and V's in the grid, as you may notice. I've actually made a puzzle before that's Kropki and XV and doesn't have any dots or X's or V's, but it's not a Sudoku because you can't actually make a Sudoku that doesn't have any dots or X's or V's. But I did make one that was a Latin square, which is like a Sudoku, but without the 3x3 boxes. So you just have the rows and the columns. And I'll leave a link in the description to that puzzle as well if you want to try that one out. It's kind of fun. And then I'll also leave a link in the description for this puzzle, so you can try that one if you want to pause the video before I give it a shot here. The rules are just standard Kropki rules. The black dots are a ratio of 1 to 2. The white dots are consecutive. There's also XV rules, so 2 cells that have an X in between them must have to sum to 10, and 2 cells with a V sum to 5. Now there's a negative constraint on the dots and the X's and V's, which is why you have an XV rule with no X's and V's, because essentially what it's saying is we can't put 2 digits that will sum to 10 or that will sum to 5. So we can't do either of those. There's also a negative constraint on the dots, so you can't put consecutive digits up here where there's not a white dot, for example. And that's it. So I'm going to give it a try now. You can pause the video and try it yourself, and let me know in the comments if you try it and how it goes. And we'll see how I do with it. All right, so, I mean, my first thought is these long runs of black dots. And even these are somewhat helpful because, so for a ratio of 2, you've got 1, 2, 2, 4, 4, 8, 3, 6. Those are your options. So it's either 1, 2, 4, 8 or 3, 6. It's kind of like 2 different sets of them, I guess. It's how I think of it anyways. So, and if you have 2 dots in a row in a chain in a box, or like right here, they're in the same row, something where you can't repeat digits. You can't do 3 and 6 because you're going to have to repeat a digit, whether you do, whichever order, you're going to repeat a digit. So those definitely have to be 1, 2, 4, and 8. And in fact, the middle one can't be 1 or 8 because if this was 1, these would both have to be 2s. So we can do the same thing down here. Across here, these are 1, 2, 4, and 8. That one is 2 or 4. Now this one is 1, 2, 4, 8. Yep, same thing down here. 1, 2, 4, 8. I thought maybe those were going to be different, but those are all. Now up here is a little different though, because like these 3 don't have the same issue that these do, because you could actually repeat a digit right here. But down here we can't do that, so we still can limit it to 1, 2, 4, and 8. This one. Now does this one have to be a 2 or a 4? I don't think it does. Not like this one, because you don't have the repeated digit issue. Because if this is a 1, these would both be 2s, and that would be okay. But you also can't do a 1 here because of the white dot. Because if this is, so for a 1, if it's on a white dot, it has to be with a 2. And if it's on a black dot, it has to be with a 2. So if this is a 1, we would have 2s at both ends. But this could be an 8, because it could have a 4 and a 7 or a 9. It's okay for the 8, just not the 1. So this can be anything. This can, again, this can't be 1 because of the white dot. Now, did these 2 have to be the same? I think. Well, if you did, so they definitely have to be the same if they're 8, because this links them with the white here. But you could do 2, 3, 4, couldn't you? Right, so you could do 2, 3, 4, for example, like this, right? And that would work with the white dots. But now what are you going to put there that links the 2 and the 4 with the black dots? So no, these 2 are going to have to be the same. I don't know what that really tells us, but they have to be the same. We know that much. Um, okay. So then where do we go from here? These over here, my instinct is to say, oh, those are probably going to be threes and sixes, just because we've already got ones, twos, fours, and eights everywhere else. Maybe those will be the other one. Um, but don't know that I can say that for sure yet. It's just more of a, you know, it feels like that kind of thing. It might not be true. So what? Let's see if this is two. So we 1 and 4. Oh, right, right. The XV. We got to remember our XV rules. Okay. Okay. If this was a 2, right? These would be 1 and 4. So what are you going to put right there? It can't be 1 because you've got the 1 in the dot with the black dots over here. So it would have to be a 3, but you can't put a 3 next to a 2 because of the XV constraint. So this has to be a 4. Those are 2 and 8, and this is 3 or 5. And it's going to be the same up here. They're basically just, rotated clones of each other at this point. They may not end up being complete clones with these other cells, but where the dots are is going to be so far the same. All right, so now the 2, 8 areas here we can restrict because of the negative constraint. So it can't be 1 because it would be next to a 2. It can't be 2, can't be 3 because it would be next to a 2. Can't be 4, we already have a 4. Can be 5, can be 6, and it can't be 7, 8, or 9 because of the 8. So that's a 5 or a 6. Same down here. Now we can't do this quite as good over here. This one is restricted because it sees both the 2 and the 8. This one only sees one of them. It still can't be 6 because there's a 3 or a 5 here, and it's either going to need a white dot or a black dot if it's a 6. It can be a 1 though. 3, 5, 7, and 9. I think it can be all of those. 5, 7, 9. These could be 6s as well. Where do you stick that anymore? Well, this is a 5 or a 6, so this one can't be a 5 or a 6, because whichever one this is, if this is a 5, obviously this one can't be 5. But if this is 5, this one also can't be 6 because it would need a white dot, and vice versa. If this is 6, then this one can't be 5 or 6. So either way, that one can't be 5 or 6. So 6s are in here. 7s are in here. Feels like it could probably limit a little bit more even. So if this was, because our 1 and 9 are limited to these 4. And so it's going to be tough to put a 1 or a 9 in the middle ones here. If this was 1, the 9 would have to go up there. Yeah, they're either going to have to go, like the 1 and the 9 are going to have to be like in these two or these. Oh, I guess they could be in those two out there, couldn't they? Actually, no. Oh, yeah, okay. I said the 1 and the 9 could be in these two, but can they? If these are 1 and 9, you can't put a 2 or an 8 there. So you actually can't put 1 and 9 in these two. And if you put a 1 or a 9 right here, the other one, the 1 or the 9, has to be right up there because it can't be next to it. So actually, you can't put a 1 or a 9 in that cell. So the 1 and the 9. Right, and you can't have these two be 1 and 9 because they can't be next to each other. So the 1 or the 9 has to be here. One of the two has to be in this cell. The other one is going to be over here. All right, and we can do kind of the same thing down here. Let's see, can we do more than that? What if this... Because our 7, yeah, so our 7 is in these three. So this one can't be a 3. Because if this was a 3, there'd be nowhere to put a 7. Now, the 7 can be here because the 3 has the option to go up there, though, unfortunately. So we can't quite do the same thing that way. But I'm wondering about this cell. This is 3, you'd have 5, 6. These would be 1, 7, and 9. That'd be 7, 1, 9 down here. Yeah, that seems like it would work. I think. 5, 6, 3. 5, 6, 3. Yeah, you'd still have 1, 7, and 9. Whether this is 3 or 5. Right, if this is 3, 5, or 6, you're going to have 1, 7, and 9 in these. If this is 3, 5, or 6. It's just a matter of where the 7 goes. If this is 3 or 6, the 7 goes up here. Right. Okay. Got it. So the 6 here, if this is the 6, so I just said if this is the 3 or the 6, then the 7 is up here. But if this is the 6, the 7 is here, like I said. But if that's 6, this is 5, this has to be 3. So you'd have 7 and 3 next to each other. So that can't be 6. Oh, and this one can't be 6. Right. Because we limited the 3. Yeah. We said the 7 had to be here, so this couldn't be 3. But it also can't be 6 for the same reason, because it would be next to a 7. So our 6 is right there. There we go. We got our first digit. And it should work the same way down here. So this has to be a 6. Which means 6 is up here. Yeah, that's not that limited, though. Okay, the 6, does that give us anything? Oh, shoot. I was hoping that was going to give us something else with, there was a digit next to it that couldn't be. So 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. 7 is in here. 3 is in one of those. Okay. Oh, but this is not 3 and 6 now because of the 6. Right, so this is 1, 2, 4, 8. I feel like maybe there's some more we can do up here, but I'm not seeing it. Okay. So this one can't be 1. Like we said before, the 1 can't be... It would have to have a 2 at both ends, just like over here. So this can be... Right, and if this is a 2, this would be... Yeah, this can't be 1 either, because it would have to be 1, 2, 3, but the 2 and the 3 can't be next to each other because of the XV rules. So these are 2, 4, or 4, 8. And so we actually have a 2, 4, 8 triple here. Not sure what it does for us yet, but we do have a 2, 4, 8 triple there. So these can't be 2, 4, or 8. 4 can't be here. So the 4 has to be over here. And so it has to be on here, because this can't be a 4. Because either this is a 4 or it's a 2. If that's a 2, this is going to have to be a black dot here. So the 4 is definitely on here. which then means this can't be 1. Because if this is either 4 or this is 4, which has to have a 2 or an 8. So that's 2, 4, 8. Can that one be a 1? 2, 2. This would have to be 1. No, it can't be a 1. Same thing as up here. This can't be a 1 because you'd have to have 1, 2, 3, and you'd have 2 and 3. So there's no 1 up there. So there's definitely 4s. And so there's a 4 on here. This has to be 2, 4 or 4, 8. So that one can't be 4. And this one has to be 4 then because we said there had to be a 4 up here. So this is 2, 8, 4. This is 3 or 5. 2, 8. Now we got a 2, 4, 8 triple here again. So where does the 6 go? Right, this can't be a 6 because it would have to have a 5 or a 7 there. So the 6 has to be in one of these, and it can't be right there because it would have to have a dot with a 3 or a 5. So this is a 6. Gives us a 6 in one of those, a 6 across the top there. And again, it can't be right here because it can't be next to the 3 and the 5. So this is a 6 up there. 2, 4, 8, 6. So we need 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. This could be 1. Can't be 3 or 5 because it's next to the 6. Can't be 7 next to the 6. This is 1 or 9. So we get a 1, 9 pair. This is 5 or 7. This has to be 3, 5, or 7. Can it be 3? 3, it would have to be 4. This can't go with the 2. 3, 4, 8, yeah, that's possible. Three, 5, 7. So one of these is a... so one of these two is a 3, which means that one can't be a 7. That's a 5. Okay. So 1, 3, 7, 9, and those. So the 5, yeah, it gives us the 3 there. And that gives us the 7 and the 3. And this is now a 1, 9 pair across here. The 7 gives us the 2 and the 8. And the 2 gives us the 1 and the 9. Perfect. That gives us the 9 over here. Makes that a 2. This has to be 4 now because it can't be 3, 2 or it would need a V. Makes that an 8 and a 4. This is 3 or 5. It's not 4. This one's 4. Okay, so... All right, let's look up here. We need 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, and 9. These 1, 2, 5, 6. These are 1, 5, and 7 because we've got 2, 6, 9, and 3, 4, 8 right there. So those are 1, 5, and 7. This one can't be 7. This one can't be 7 because of the negative constraints with the 3 and the 8. So these are 1 and 5. 5. Any restrictions there? I don't see one, but that gives us the 3 over here and an 8. We need 1, 5, and 7 at the top. This can't be 7. That can't be 7 because of the 8 and the 3, just like over here. 1 and 5. I think those can be either way. But we need 2, 6, and 9 up here. We already knew this one couldn't be a 6. Oh, it also can't be a 2, so that's the 9. These are not 9s, and that one can't be a 6 because of the 7. So 2, 6, and the 6 gives us the 1 and the 5, and the 1 and the 5 down here. Perfect. You could also use the 9 to eliminate the 1 there, either way. All right, now that 8 is going to give us the 2 and the 8 there, which gives us 2 and 8 down here. That 2 means that can't be a 3. This can't be a 3, so 3 has to be here. This can't be 7 now because of the 3. It also can't be 1 because of the 2. 5, 7, 9. This can't be 1 because of the 1 up above. So this is 5, 7, 9 just to complete the column, but it can't be 5 next to the 4. So the 5 is definitely right here, so that's the 7. Makes that a 7 because of the 5, 9 pair. This is a 1. We need 1 and 6, and that one has to be the 6 because of the 9. What do we have left? 3, 5, and 9. This can't be 3 or 5 because of the 2 and the 6. And I think those are still good. 5 and 9. Okay, so this can't be 1. These can't be 1. So these are 2, 4, 8 for sure. Which means the 4 has to be in the middle. Because it's got to be either 2, 4, 8 or 8, 4, 2, one way or the other. So that's 2 or 8, which makes this one a 4. That's a 2 or an 8. I'm seeing a lot of themes going on here. Oh, and the 2 up there makes this an 8. 2, 8. That one could still be a 2 or an 8, though, because it's not affected by this 2 and 8 here. But what do we need left in this row here? 3, 5, 6, and 9. Okay, this one can't be 3 or 9 because the 2 and the 8. This can't be 9. So there's a 3 in one of those. Okay, what about 6 can't be here. It can't be there. Can't be there. Okay, oh, this can't be 6 because of the 6 up above. So the 6 is in one of these two. Just put the 6 over here. Is this just going to be... No, it's not. Okay, I was going to say, is this just going to be another rotation of this box that we've been doing? But it's not. It's not the same at all. Because the 2, 4, 8 is here and here, so it's not the same. All right. The 1 can't be here, so there's a 1 down here. Because it can't be in any of those because of these ones up here. So 1 down here, which means you can't have a 9 down there. So the 9 has to be over here. Which puts a 9 in the middle here. 3. The 3, oh, the 3 can't be down here. Or there, so there's a 3 in one of these two. Which means you can't have a 7 in either of those. And you can't have a 7 down here because of this 3, and you can't have a 7 there. So this is a 7 right here. So 2, 3, 5, and 9 are what we need. Oh, and this has to be the 2 because we've already got a 2 there. So these are 3, 5, and 9. This one can't be 9 next to the 8. This one can't be 3, obviously, because of that 3. That one can't be 3 because of the 2. So we get a 3 in the middle there. We've got a 5, 9 pair, which gives us the 6 there. We've also got a 5, 9 pair in the row here. So that can't be 5, can't be 6. That's a 3. So this can't be 2 because it would have to have a V. So this has to be a 4. This could be 3 or 5, I think. This has to be 2 because it's either 2 or 8, and we have the 8 up there. Which gives us the 8 there. We've got a 3, 5 pair across here. So this is 6 and 9, and we know the order because of this 6. What do we have left in here? 1, 3, 5, and 8. These can't be 3 or 5, so gives us 3, 5 in the middle there, which leaves 1 and 7, I believe. The 1 gives us the order of the 5 and the 9, which is going to give us the other 5 and 9 here. The 3 can't be next to the 7. So that's going to give us those. Gives us the 3 and the 5 down here and the 3 over there. Now, the 1 and the 8. The 8 over here. 1, 8. We need 6 and 9. The 9 up above will give us the order. What's left here? 1, 5, and 7. This can't be 1, 7, 5 because of the 1, 7, 5 up above. This one also can't be 7 because of the 8 next to it. And now we just have to fill in the remaining digits. These are 2 and 7. These are 1 and 6, looks like. And these are 5 and 9. 5 and 9, there we go. And that is the solution for Kropki XV by Abed Hawila. I might be mispronouncing that, probably am, but something like that. That was a fun puzzle. I really like the idea of negative constraints, and especially if you can have a negative constraint where there's none of the thing in the grid. Those are always kind of fun. It makes it a little bit tricky to solve because you have to kind of think about it a different way. You can't look at it as, oh, I have a 5 here, and that's eliminating 5s. It's thinking about what things can't be next to each other, and you get some weird eliminations that way. Kind of like up here when we had the 7 in here, so you could remove 3 and 6 from the middle of the 3 cells. It's a little unusual, but that's a lot of fun. If you tried the puzzle, let me know what you thought, and even if you didn't try it, let me know what you thought of the puzzle. I always enjoy hearing feedback from people and what kind of puzzles you guys enjoy. So, yeah, there you go. That was Kropki XV. A lot of fun. Hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.